Welcome back to the Why Stop Now podcast. Got your boy Cam. We got Eyes. How you doing this week, Eyes?
Well, it's hard to. I'm doing good. It's hard to follow last week with the Masters. That's
Honestly,
just peak season right there for me. With my birthday and the Masters, all and the weather's getting warm. Everything's just going great, and the NBA playoffs are starting up. But before I even talk about any of that, we started this podcast. Started talking college football, and I need to bring up something that I've just been dying to talk about with you. Because you know who? Because
before
Nico's your.
before you continue, Isaac has been waiting for the Masters to finish and for us to record so he could talk about this. He wanted to talk about it on one of the Masters episodes, but he said no. The Masters are too legendary to even mention this. He's been waiting for days.
Yeah, because I couldn't tarnish a Masters episode in the name of the Masters. But you, my friend, had a love of a high school player, a young quarterback, Nico. I am leaving you.
I am leaving.
And,
That's a good one.
well, it's pretty true for Tennessee fans. How about this pastor who's given a speech or a sermon in South Africa? He gets saved, or no, yeah, he gets saved, and there's gunfire all around. And one of the first things that he says is he's disappointed in Nico. He's upset about Nico. That's how deep SEC football is. It just means more. Because, Nico, what are you doing? You're out here, you're going to sit here and you're going to advocate for him and be like, well, I see what you're saying, but nothing. Nico there's stuff like this that makes me disgusted with college sports. It's worse in basketball in some cases because you see teams like Baylor, their entire team from this past season is going to be gone next year. There's not going to have a single player. A single player. That's ridiculous. I'm not, and North Carolina is not far behind. Like, I'm seeing players that are just, you know, they'll leave and then they'll go somewhere else and they'll go somewhere else. And, like, it's not going to be long until I see a guy go from UNC to Duke, and then I'm gonna lose. I already saw a kid go from UNC to Georgetown, NC State. That's that's iffy territory right there. You kind of skipped around and found your way at NC State. Okay, whatever. And you're already from North Carolina, so we'll give you that.
So look, the only thing
But
I'm gonna say,
Nico, what are you doing? Getting money?
I agree with you. But like I was saying when we were on our phone call, you can't put the entire blame of one kid in the whole problem. It's multiple people. It's hundreds of players in all sports doing it right now because the NILs are so new. The NCAA hasn't put any
He's
restrictions.
already yeah, and he's already making bank though. He's
No,
already making bank. He's just not making as much bank as the new quarterbacks coming in. He's like, oh, these new guys are making way more, so I deserve more. Why can't he be like just normal quarterbacks who used to come to the league, prove themselves, then go to the NFL and make bank? He played so trash at Tennessee, overthrowing every deep shot he had all year long. But guess what? He knows he's not going to make any more money than he is now, and he's going to get it at UCLA. He can go out there and shine at UCLA, play it against nobody. I'm just
not
nah.
really. He plays some good teams,
They play some good teams, but
but they're not in
it
the SEC.
ain't it ain't the same. Now, if he would have gone to the Big Ten, I would have been like, okay, but he didn't. He pulled a DJU and fled to the West Coast to his home. I don't care where he's from. He's playing some good football is what he needs to do.
It's you're
Kid
not.
disgusts me. I can't. The move disgusts me. Him as a person, I don't know. Like he seems cool, whatever. This right here, I don't like it. It's not a good look in my opinion. Not a fan of it.
this is what
Tennessee, but what is Tennessee going to do, Cam? Do you think if they have no quarterback this year, which could be a possibility, and they don't know what they've got going on at quarterback because they weren't prepared for this, is the coach just going to go out at the 50-yard line at halftime when they're getting their butt kicked by somebody and be like, "Hey guys, we held our ground. We did not pay him more." Like that's not gonna stand at Tennessee. You know how Tennessee fans are.
well, what I was gonna say is this is the exact reason why people didn't want college players to be getting paid.
Yeah, my
It's
grandfather be rolling over in his grave right now. I already know it. So there, I'm glad he's not seeing any of this. I
and no,
am.
I do think the players should be paid. People are coming like specific players are the reasons people are coming to some of these games.
Yeah.
Um, so I do think they should be compensated as such. I mean, jersey sales with their names on the back, they should be making money. But like I said a few minutes ago, the NCAA needs to find a weighing point on restrictions. Because why are college teams able to just throw out money left and right, but you have pro teams that have caps? There needs to be a cap on NIL deals for each college or each sport. I don't know how it would work, but there needs to be something put in place to where you can't just be like, okay, cool. I like that quarterback. Let's go take him from this school because we're going to
Right.
give him
Facts. You
$2 million.
have more money, and like it might just be a bigger school, and like that sucks for
Like,
fans of like small
yeah,
schools, like a team like Appalachian State. I have a lot of love for Appalachian State. As I told you, whatever Clemson played them, and I said you better put some respect on their name. Now they did not play their best against Shaw, but historically speaking, they've had a great football program, and it's teams like that where, like, as soon as that transfer portal opens up, they're going to they're leaving that D1 school to go play for a school in a big conference.
we'll
They just
see.
want to be
And
in a conference.
like Tennessee and UCLA, for example, Tennessee's not a small school by any standards, but UCLA, they're they have so much money, it's not even funny.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm about to say. I thought you better call UCLA like some nobodies or something.
They're
What are you talking
there's
about,
they
dude?
have so much money coming into that school that it's not even.
Dude, Tennessee can pay him. Tennessee's one of the best athletic programs in the entire country. They've got people who can pay. Their stadium holds 110,000 people. Okay,
No, I wasn't saying that they couldn't pay, but when
they could pay more than freaking UCLA.
that might be a toss up. That might be a
Is it a toss up?
that might be a
They
toss
could. They could.
that might be a toss up.
They
Anyways,
could. They just didn't. They
my
just
point
didn't.
my point being is that a school like UCLA that's getting a ton of money coming in every single year, that's willing to pay these players to come, and then teams like Tennessee that's also getting a ton of money every year, that's still they're obviously paying players, but they I guess have the mindset of, well, we already paid you, we're not going to pay you more just because you want more money to play college football. Go get it in the NFL, like you said.
All right. Well, players need to get paid. It needs to be regulated. Breaking news. This just makes me say that, a billion times more. Moving on to what's more important this week. And we're not even getting to Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter's jersey being
No,
retired.
we gotta speak a little bit about
No, yeah, we're going to talk about it's stupid. That's all I'm going to say on it. That's all that needs to be said on it. It's
they
dumb. They haven't won nothing.
they won nothing. Any major game that they had against a team that was
It's childish to retire their jerseys. They accomplished a lot socially, not on the field. They didn't no, not to get jerseys retired. Like you get your jersey retired when you win a championship or something. You do something big. It's just too. It's just no. Travis
they
Hunter maybe Heisman. That's different. But
haven't even been drafted yet, dude.
dude, whatever. It's all dumb. I said what I said. It's dumb. It's stupid. And if anything, way too soon for any of that. Like, yeah, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. NBA. That is what is going on right now. It's what we need to focus on.
Playing games just
Play-in games.
atrocious.
Yeah, it's trash.
Now,
There's one good game.
The
Yeah,
Grizzlies Warriors game came down to it. They just
it
let
did.
Steph get hot in the last 2 minutes of the game, and when Steph gets hot, there's not much you can do.
I can't do nothing. The Grizzlies, dude, they deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
If they don't make it, it's going to be something wrong. But I mean, that's why we have the plan. I guess it's kind of exciting stuff. You know, if they really want to be in the playoffs, then they'll have to show up. Who are they playing against?
they're playing against the Mavs.
Yeah, the Mavs. That's right. And I know there's a lot of controversy with the Mavericks, but they're not going to win.
They shouldn't
But
win.
they're going to show heart.
Yeah, but they
Dude, AD is a great dude. Yeah,
I'm not saying anything negative about AD. I just don't think that that's the team that's gonna beat Memphis.
no, Memphis could actually go in and who would they? Well, no, they're not gonna. They're not gonna beat Oklahoma City.
I don't think they'd be playing OKC.
They would be playing OKC. It would be for the 8th seed.
They wouldn't. You're correct.
Can you, if we had editing ability, I'd make you run that back and just rehear you say you're correct a few more times right here.
Fan back. Love you lots.
Anyways, Kings, dude, what's wrong with them? How many times are DeRozan and Levine going to lose together? They lost like twice in the play-in together in Chicago. They go do it again in Sacramento with Sabonis. Dude, Sabonis is a wasted talent.
What do you mean?
He's just wasting away in Sacramento. He needs something fundamental around him more than freaking Levine. And
see, but you say that, but you don't want LaMelo Ball to leave Charlotte.
LaMelo can leave Charlotte.
Oh, nice. You don't mean that though.
Shut up, dude.
I know for a fact if LaMelo got traded to another team, I'm getting a text not even 2 minutes after the trade from you about how upset you are that he's not with Charlotte anymore.
You know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, probably.
We're going to get screwed in the draft lottery. We deserve like the 1 or 2 pick, and we're going to end up getting like 3rd or 4th. It's some BS. And then we're going to trade LaMelo to whoever's got the first pick. And we're going to get the first pick, and we're going to get just like the Panthers. Just like the Panthers did. And yeah, it's gonna make me emotional up in here. And we're gonna get Cooper Flag, dude.
And at this point in time, I don't even think you'd like him if he was playing for Charlotte.
It'd be dude, it'd be hard. I gotta be just a true Hornets fan, a true fan of Charlotte, and be like, you know what, I want the Queen City to shine. And put everything else to the side.
But
And
when
he played North Carolina.
When is Charlotte gonna realize they have to build? They can't.
Well, we're talking about playoff teams, so if we want to talk playoff teams, we'll talk about it on this episode. We'll talk about Charlotte Hornets, and we'll talk about it.
Well, I'll say one
they
more
suck.
thing. I'll say one more thing, and then we'll move back to playoffs. Charlotte needs to realize they need to build and not focus on one dude, because that one dude might be great. LaMelo Ball is great, but there's only so much one player can do.
Hey, what are you talking about? They had the number 2 pick, Brandon Miller, who's shown great promise. He got hurt.
You still
great
have
promise.
build
We're not focused on one player. Just wait and see. Don't start talking about the Hornets right now and get me on a tangent about
I
the
can give you an example, but I won't do that. We can save that.
No, don't give me an example.
Kemba Walker.
Don't know. This is totally different front office, all that. But he's not even comparable. He's the big 3 now. Anyways, playoff basketball. I'll tell you what, right now, the Nuggets Clippers, interesting stuff. All I'm gonna say is that I think the Nuggets win in 6. James Harden is not going to be, he's not enough. Kawhi, though, Kawhi's playing great ball right now. I'll give him
He
that. We'll
he is.
give credit. Yeah, we'll give credit where credit's due. Kawhi Leonard's been balling recently. The series we really need to tune up and look at is a series that everybody wants to talk about, and that's going to be the Lakers versus the Timberwolves in round one. What? That's not even fair. That's not even fair. That's not even fair that one of them has to be dismissed after the first round. Ant goes home or LeBron goes home. Which one do you have to choose? Like, what? That's not fair.
Facts.
So,
You got the current face of the league and possibly the next face of the league.
is this the
That
change where Ant comes, takes the crown?
that'd be
Finally,
wicked. Ant comes in, beats him in 6, goes on. LeBron goes home to watch. That might would give Ant the crown.
if Ant goes and wins the chip,
Oh yeah,
then yes. Yep. Go ahead.
yeah. Go ahead,
But
go ahead, Bron.
yeah, but there's a lot of work left. You got to win the series
Ant-Man.
first. You got to win the series first.
King Ant Man.
King Ant. King
That
Ant.
would be dope.
Yeah, the king of Ant. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if the NBA would like Ant as the face though.
Dude, he'll clean it up.
Yeah, but you see
Yeah,
how many,
well, they don't really. Who's promoting that? The little hood pages that you're following, or ESPN and Bleacher Report?
why you gotta call me out like that?
I follow them too. That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
I do think
World Star promoted that. Yeah, Ant did this, Ant did that, or some other source. But like,
the wildest thing that I want to say that he did that I still think is wild is the full 18 years of child support and one payment up front. Baby ain't even here yet. That's wicked. He just started something new for every sports player that has something like this happen. Oh, you want money? Here's the money. I'm done.
if 100,000% true, yeah, it's crazy. Because I saw it posted 100,000 times, but it was also just a picture of like no proof anywhere on any post. So that's one thing I hate about the internet. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If for some reason it is true, then wow, that is the most insane thing. But do you think it? Do you think the Rockets have any chance against the Warriors? No, not even a little bit.
Jimmy Buckets is playing on all cylinders right now.
That's
Steph,
true. Yeah, it's a different
Steph Curry
team.
heated up. We saw Steph Curry heat up in the play-in game, and he's still got some left in the tank.
You saw stuff. I fell
Yeah,
asleep.
yeah, he fell asleep. I saw Steph. He still has some left in the tank.
I wake up, man. This man texts me 1 point game. I'm like, oh, that must have been a good game last night.
It was a great game. I don't think the
I'm happy
Warriors
to miss
or
it.
I don't think the Rockets are going to be able to keep up. They're
They don't
too,
have any experience.
they're running
They have like Fred Van
too well
Fleet.
right
That's
now.
like their only experience. And and your boy, they got your boy. What's his name? Dylan Brooks.
Can't stand that dude. I hate
Draymond or him? Oh, it's gonna be both of them in the series. You
You-
might not even watch this
How
series.
many times do you think they get ejected throughout the series?
I'll go over 2.
I agree.
That's gonna take over 2.
Yeah, I'm agree with you.
Mm-hmm. And really flip it. OKC will roll whoever they play. We'll flip it over the East. Cleveland's gonna be. I mean,
Oh,
who
whoa!
cares?
You think OKC just rolls over Memphis if they win? If they're playing
Yeah,
Memphis, you
yeah.
think they?
They win in. All right, they win in 6. Not 5, but not 7.
Yeah, I don't think it goes to 7.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I do see them winning in 6. I don't see them rolling Memphis.
Okay,
Memphis
my bad.
Memphis
My
is a good
bad.
team.
Okay, Jaw Morant lover number 12.
Okay, sorry. I like to support people from my state,
Don't get all right, Cam.
Mr. Queen City.
Dude, I support South Carolina just as much.
At least the player I'm supporting from my state is possibly making it to the playoffs. Where's the Queen City team at? Sitting at home watching him play.
Wait, oh, oh, because South Carolina doesn't have an NBA. What? So you have to choose one player from the state? Are we gonna do that right now?
It was Zion, but Zion,
Okay, I'll just settle this all once and for all. Michael Jordan, shut up. Um, I'm just, I know I'm just messing. Anybody? I mean, there's obviously North Carolina's got a lot of basketball
yeah,
talent, but the East, nothing intrigues me, nothing excites me.
the Cavs roll over. The Cavs do roll over whoever they play.
The Pistons, Knicks, I really don't see it being that much, even though I would have been more excited about this in the regular season. I just don't see. I think the Knicks have that playoff mentality. They know
Yeah, I
what
was
they're
gonna say I
doing
think
this
the
time.
Knicks go
And
through.
the Pistons, just very young, happy to have the record that they have. I mean, very talented. Cade Cunningham, this would not be his last playoffs.
No,
Man is destined for great things,
now,
especially when he torched us all in fantasy basketball this year.
now I will say I think because I think the Knicks beat Detroit. I think the Celtics beat Orlando.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think the Knicks Celtics matchup. I think that could be a good matchup. I know we're just
We don't
typing.
get jumping into conclusions
I know we're
now.
talking
You know,
hypothetical.
Bucks Pacers though, is that gonna be something? Dame might come back.
If Dame comes back for playoffs, I'm upset.
You don't care about your fantasy team. You might have won.
Yeah,
No, I didn't look at the final numbers, but
I didn't either. But if Dame comes back, I'm upset.
oh, someone's upset. Don't get me started about being upset about fantasy. Actually,
No, tell me how upset you'd be if they were like, if the Spurs made it and they were like, "Oh, Wemby's back for playoff season." You'd be livid.
I'd be
You might
disappointed.
not watch
Oh
basketball.
no, I would be upset, Cam. But you have to think that would be my best player, but one of 8 that went hurt on me for the year. Okay, so if they would have went to the playoffs and then popped out with Wimby and De'Aaron Fox are back, and I'd have been like, okay, what's going on here? Like this is sickening me. So yeah, I mean that's the first round at a glance for me right there.
I mean,
Tomorrow,
overall, it's as normal. West
yeah,
games look better than East games, and they probably will be.
yeah, that's a reflection off play. Yeah, if the play-in is gonna show us anything, I just don't want to go and see a bunch of blowouts, dude. I want to see some good ball
Then watch the West
because,
games, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
well, at least we got Ant versus Braun.
Yeah, that should be a
That
good.
should be just pure magic right there.
And
Uh,
I'm hoping Memphis can pull the play-in out and make it against OKC and at least try
yeah,
to.
you're sitting here talking about OKC and see, bro, Memphis got to win. You got to beat Dallas. What if Dallas has the? What if AD plays the game of his life?
And what if
Jaw gets hurt. What if Jaw trips on his other ankle again?
AD breaks his knee again? I don't know.
Okay. All right. Enough with the injury slanders here. That being
Big ups
said,
to
that's
AD
all
for
I gotta
against Ja.
say. Yeah. I'm out. I'm tired. I'm tired
Yeah,
guy.
that's the thing. With playoff talk and contention now, we talked about this a few weeks ago with Davis. Who do we see making it to the chip? Who do we see possibly winning the chip? Just off of what we have on the list right now, what do we think?
I think it's gonna be the. I think it's gonna be. Dude, I'm picking the Thunder right now.
Not mad at that.
That's it. Had to
Who
do
do you
this.
think they play in the chip, though? Who do you think
Celtics.
give me Cavs and the Thunder, with the Thunder winning it.
I think the Cavs get beat by the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals in 6 games.
6 games. That's a bold statement, dude.
Well, I've said bolder.
Yeah,
So that's it right there.
that's it, bolder. But with that being said, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the social media stuff. Again, hats off to Rory for winning the Grand Slam.
Hats off to Justin Thomas for dropping a little 10 under today. Should have been 11. It is what
Hats
it
off
is.
hats off to the playoff at the Masters with Justin Rose. Hats off to the Masters as a whole, honestly. But with that being said, we're wrapping it up. See you guys next time.